Welcome everybody. This is going to be Changes in States of Matter, video number 14. So matter can change states, and when it does that, it is a physical change. It doesn't change into something new, so it's not going to be a chemical change. So when you do a state of matter change, so say when you melt, you go from a solid to a liquid, you are just changing states of matter. You're not doing a chemical change and all of a sudden turning into a brand new substance. There are 6 changes in matter, and remember I told you science is all about the vocabulary, and this is where we start getting vocabulary heavy. So here we go. You've got sublimation, deposition, melting, freezing, condensation, and vaporization, and I'll go through all of these for you. Let's talk about sublimation. This is my favorite. It goes from a solid to a gas. There's no liquid in between, and that's what I'm showing you here with dry ice. It goes right from the solid to a liquid. I don't know if you can tell, but there's actually an ice ball right there in the middle. Another place where you guys come across this is a lot of times in February and March when it gets really warm and there's snow on the ground and all of a sudden there's this fog that's all around it. That's sublimation as well. So that's snow solid going right into a gas, water vapor. Deposition goes from a gas to a solid, no liquid in between. And the example here, right here in the background, what looks like little cranberries to me, or little berries, frost forms on a leaf, right? Overnight, you can actually see the solid that's there. Next one, a melting. I didn't give you a picture for this because I figured you guys were a good understanding. Just going from a solid to a liquid. This is also called your melting point. Remember, we also use this as one of our physical properties. And I have an example here of ice cream melting on a warm day, right? You just go from a solid ice cream to liquid, maybe all over you, and that's your melting. So freezing, these are actually, I don't know if you can tell, but these are ice cubes on a plate right here. And it's going from a liquid to a solid, right? So you put in that liquid, it jiggles all around, put it in the freezer, and it turns into a solid. This too was a physical property that we used. Next one here is condensation, so a gas or a liquid to a solid. Good examples, dew on grass outside. You know, you walk in there in your feet, you got it all wet on your feet. And then water outside of a cup on a hot day. I know that happens to me all the time. I like a lot of ice in my drinks in the summer, and the next thing you know, you leave it on the counter and you've got a puddle all around it, right? And that's exactly what this is. So vaporization, so liquid to a gas, another way to say this is boil or evaporate. Boil occurs below the surface, where evaporate occurs at the surface. So if you wanted to know exactly the difference between those, it's just location. Example is clothes drying in the sun. I know I do that a lot with our beach towels here in the summer after we get in the pool. And then how about soup on a stove, which is the boiling. And you can actually see this. This is actually a pot of water on my stove. So when you are trying to show changes between solid, liquid, and gas, do yourself a huge favor and create yourself a number line. I'm going to give you a couple examples in class where I'm actually going to give you specific temperatures. What I would suggest to you is put them on a number line, and then we can go ahead and identifying either the freezing point or the boiling point, or whatever it is that we need to do.
This is a liquid. This is a gas. And this, well, this is a solid. Now the amazing thing is that they're all made of the same stuff. Now, what is this stuff? Well, stick around!
Matter is everything and all stuff. Stand by for matter.
Ever wonder what the universe is made of? Well, the universe is made of matter. And matter is stuff. Everything that you can touch is matter. And matter comes 3 ways, what we call phases. Matter is either a solid, a liquid,
it's liquid,
or a gas. That's what those bubbles are. Matter can be very refreshing. That is molten steel. Now the only difference between molten steel, melted steel, liquid steel, and solid steel is energy. That's right. The atoms in solid steel are moving a little more slowly than the atoms in liquid steel. Kind of wild. The gas in our cars changes from a liquid we call gasoline to a gas, to a vapor. Our cars run on a gas. A gas. The balloons are filled with a gas. solid, liquid, gas. They're all phases of matter. It's chemistry. You just mix in a little energy and...
All right, hope you guys enjoyed Bill Nye there. So summary time. Lots of vocab in this one for changes of matter, so make sure you know what the word is, like sublimation from solid to a gas. Make sure understanding a key thing here is all matter can change states. And there's 3 key terms I want you to really make sure you include in your summary, and that's going to be temperature, motion, and energy. And as always, thanks for watching. See you in class.